We as Muslims feel very safe, in Rhode Island, but it always takes, a few individuals to upset the peace, and it takes great leadership to keep us, together to counter these messages of hate. When the killer went into the mosque in New Zealand with his gun pointed, the first person who greeted him said, "Hello, brother." He thought he was visiting the mosque. He had no idea what that person is, and he went along and shot him. But that's the spirit under which we are here. Say to you, hello, brother, and hello, sister. And thank you so much, for being with us today. Our next speaker did so much for this city as a mayor before, and doing so much for the state now, as a congressman. I'll call in David Cicilline.
Good afternoon. I am really delighted to be here, of course, with all of you, with my senior senator, Senator Reid, with our great mayor, Mayor Lorza, Chief Clemens. I know we have a representative here from the governor's office. I know we have Ani Haroyans is here on behalf of Mr. Nerona, our Attorney General, Bishop, David Leach from the Jewish Alliance, Reverend Gretchen Weiss from the Unitarian Church. Thank you to Imam Latif and Imam Ansari for your leadership and all the other faith leaders who are here today. This is an opportunity, as the mayor said, the city of Providence, as it has done so often, to be an example to the state and to really to the country about being a place of inclusion and a place that respects and honors the dignity of every single human being. And I want to acknowledge the mayor's strong leadership in being a great voice for that, particularly in a very challenging time in our country. As Senator Reid mentioned, Rhode Island has a long and proud history. In fact, I think can really claim credit for the creation of the doctrine that underlies the First Amendment expression of freedom of religion. It was founded by someone who was fleeing the Commonwealth of Massachusetts so he could exercise his own religious traditions, and, as we all know, a very, very famous letter from George Washington, the first president of our country, to the congregation of Torah Synagogue, when they asked, will this be a country where we can actually practice our religion free from fear or intimidation? And George Washington writes that very famous letter back to the congregation, reassuring them that America will in fact be a place where people will be permitted to exercise their religion. So Rhode Island has a really important history and a really important role in this country in developing, and I would say now, safeguarding the legacy of that great principle of freedom of religion. And I think the way we do that more than anything is to recognize and celebrate the many different faith traditions that exist here in our state, and to respect and honor the right of people to exercise and practice those religious traditions safely and peacefully. And we, I think, like everyone around the world, our hearts were broken when we saw what happened in New Zealand and the kind of fear it brought to the community and the devastating loss. And it's sadly one more example of people in places of worship that are confronted with unspeakable and barbaric violence. And I think what we have a responsibility to do as a community is obviously speak out, get to know each other better, understand each other better, express ourselves with actions and words that express love and understanding, because the absence of hate is not love, it's just no hate. But we have an affirmative duty to do more than that. We have an affirmative duty in our own lives to engage in actions which demonstrate that we love and care about each other, and that we reject in the strongest terms the kind of hate that manifests itself in that violence. And I think what I'm so proud about Rhode Island, and one of the things I'm so proud of, is this is a community that regularly, not just in the face of a tragedy, but every day in many different ways in places all across Rhode Island, Rhode Islanders are demonstrating a different way. They're demonstrating a path of love and understanding and the valuing of each other and respect for each other, I think really setting an example for the country. So I'm here today to say to our brothers and sisters and friends in the Muslim community that we stand with you. You are our neighbors, you are our friends, we are all in this together, and you can count on all of us to stand up and condemn Islamophobia and hatred and bigotry and white supremacy and anti-Semitism and homophobia and all other forms of devaluing the dignity of people. That is not who we are as a country. It is not who we expect the world to see when they think of America. They need to think of America as a place that not only welcomes people from all over the world, but honors them and affords them the dignity that every single one of us with a spark of divinity in us deserves. So thank you. Peace be with all of you.